Alright. Back with more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. And probably more slice of life scenes? I don't know. The pacing's a little weird because, you know, I guess you do get to choose the scenes and everything, but, sometimes, like, you know, there's sometimes, like, plot scenes, you know, where you can choose to progress the plot and everything, but there's also, like, a lot of extra side scenes and everything. I guess you don't have to do them, if you really want to, like, rush the game, maybe. I don't know if that's possible, but either way, I do want to see all the extra scenes, you know. I'm just too... I don't know, a bit of a completionist, I guess. When it comes to like story stuff, anyway, I kind of don't want to like miss out, right? So I always check out all the extra scenes, even if they don't lead anywhere, right? Or it doesn't doesn't really like develop the characters or contribute to the plot or anything. Even if it's like a, you know, very much like a slice of life anime scene where nothing really happens, but well. I guess I'll just go anyway. I'll click on all the scenes. That's the plan. But let's start a new loop, I guess. Because last time I think we were with Ilya, I guess, or something like that. I don't know if we died. Did we die? Maybe. I don't know. Here's a new loop. Weird loop parallel world thing. I did mention before, the morphogenetic field, that's what it was. I was trying to remember, I don't know if I said that last time, like a while back. I said something about a morphogenetic field while Rin was explaining how like Shirou somehow was involved in multiple timelines and parallel world and whatnot. I was saying like it was something similar to that. And if you know what the morphogenetic field is, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway. There's Rin, and there's, Mitsuzuri. Well, okay, fine. I'll click on the exclamation mark. Usually, exclamation mark means, like, you know, story progress. And the actual time travel mystery thing, not really time travel, time loop thing, I don't know. There's still time before class begins. I'll go visit the archery club. I've worried for a while now about Sakura, wondering whether the awkwardness she had when she first became captain has diminished at all. Right as I arrive at the entrance to the dojo, someone else walks up. There's no mistaking the impressive uniform figure and those twin tails.
Hello, Emiya-kun じゃない。相変わらず無駄に早起きね。
Tohsakaこそ入部希望か？
そうね。卒業までの半年間で華麗なる伝説を打ち立ててみるのもいいかな。
Behind the jokes, it seems she's looking out for Sakura in her own unique way. You'd never see her out and about so early if that weren't the case.
あなたも見学していくんでしょ？
もちろん。失礼します。あ、
先輩。それにTohsaka先輩も。
お、Tohsakaにエミヤか。上がれ上がれ。
The other club members already packed up and left, so only Sakura and Mitsuzuri are inside. The two of them seem to be in the midst of a conversation.
おはよう、綾子。麻藤さん。失礼させてもらうわね。
I wonder if we got this scene before, maybe. But we didn't have Rin with us, and maybe that's why I had an exclamation mark. Because sometimes, obviously, you know, some of the scenes are like mystery person question mark, right? And you click on it despite the exclamation mark, but it doesn't go anywhere. You have to like unlock other flags, or maybe Tohsaka, you know, being back. That's how it unlocks this scene, maybe? I don't know. Well, saying that, Tohsaka wastes no time making her way inside. It must have been quite a while since she last showed up at the archery range. Should I let her take the lead today?
先輩、私先に上がりましょうか。
何言ってんの？ちょうどいいところに弓道部ゆかりのお歴々がいらっしゃったんだから残りなさいって。
何？そんなもったいぶるようなことなの、綾子
？We all sit down in the observers area. Sakura's shoulders look a little tense from the strain.
ほら、エミヤには 話したけど、いいアイデアがないかって。うちの部員に聞いてもどうにもしゃっきりしないからね。
すみません、先輩方にご迷惑をおかけして。いいのよ、麻藤さんの役に立てることがあれば何でも相談に乗るわ。
It may just be a part of the pose she always assumes while at school, but Tohsaka seems to be brimming with confidence. I knew it was a good idea to bring her along. Feeling relieved, I'm suddenly drawn aside.
で、どういう話を聞いてたの、シロ？
なんだよ、分かって言ってたんじゃないのか。
I beckon her towards a corner. Okay. It feels completely unnatural for me, but just this once.
さくらが弓道部の指導にどうも自信が持てないって。
あの子らしい。でもずいぶん良くなったって聞くけど。
Yeah, that's what I heard too, so I don't know.
誰に？藤根？以前の大会前の雰囲気を知ってる部員から見たら、やっぱり違いは歴然だよ。深刻な顔はしないけど、三綴りも心配してる。部の団結や士気がどうにもいまいちだって。
I feel like this happened before, I don't know. Where like Fujine was arguing with Sakura or whatever, then Mitsuzuri got caught in the whole argument or whatever, I don't know. Well, even I can't help but feel pain saying this, but we can't just leave it be. After gazing at me bemusedly for a moment, Tohsaka...
それってどこかの弓達者さんがそばにいてあげないからなんじゃない？
A certain ex-archer. Well, the first archer that comes to mind is, the one that wears the red coat, but actually it's just, Shirou, but like the present Shirou, not the servant Shirou, anyway.
きついな。でも遠坂だって立場は同じじゃないか。第一、直接手を貸すわけにはいかないのわかるだろ？
そうね、部長だものね。だったら私にいい考えがあるわ。頼りない弟子と妹のために一肌脱いであげるから任せなさい。
I nod vaguely and we return to where the other two are.
そういう時は同じ釜の飯を食う仲になればいいのよ。
And so she says it.
同じ釜ですか？そうよ。合同遠足でも焼肉大会でも合宿でも何でもして同じ食卓を囲めば団結心は湧くものよ。
We did a trading camp of sorts in the beginning of this visual novel, but well, I don't know. I don't know what happened like exactly in the prologue. Probably that's when the time loop started. I don't know. Probably important.
いいアイデアじゃないか、遠坂。
Probably important, but I guess we may never know. I don't know. It's a pretty sudden proposal, but she got the point across. It's like the situation in my house. We've got quite a crowd living there, but if we didn't eat dinner all together, we wouldn't feel as close to each other as we do.
そうなると合宿がいいんじゃない？教練の時期じゃないか、そろそろさ。
Why is the Black Panther peeking from the side? Why is she here even?
そうですね。合宿ですか。
ああ、行くんなら俺も手伝う。遠坂もだろ。
Shouldn't the one to make the suggestion be the first to act on it? It was her idea, so shouldn't it be only natural for Tohsaka to join in? Don't give me that weird look.
合宿に私が？
なんだ、エミヤが行くって言ってるのにあんたは来ないのか？部外者の参加も歓迎するぞ。
あ、遠坂先輩も来てくれるとありがたいです。すごく
The vote is 3 against 1 in favor of Tohsaka's participation. Unfortunately, the person we're dealing with isn't someone who tends to be influenced by something as petty as majority rule or the prevailing opinion. She does not falter against peer pressure.
ハイキング&焼肉大会とかなら喜んで付き合うつもりだったんだけど。
そんな楽しげな集いにわざわざ部外者を呼ぶわけないだろ。
何よ、まったく。私が肉だけに釣られると思われるのは尺じゃない。 合ってあげるわよ。覚悟しなさい。
I guess you're join after all. Prepare for what? Exactly. Gander shots? I don't know. Although she continues hurling harsh words at Mitsuzuri, Tohsaka doesn't seem reluctant to join. Now Sakura is beaming as well. And with that, all of those assembled confirm their participation. Mitsuzuri nods in approval.
だったらあそこでやるか。
そうですね。お寺で。
The temple again? Or... Actually, I don't know. I thought they just had a training camp at the temple? They're gonna do it again? Or is it the first time? I don't know.
合宿って竜道寺でするの？
Oops, looks like we're out of time for today. The last chime just rang. Like, I'm not sure actually, did they put a date? You know, again, the very first like actual scene, like beyond past the ghost story? Like, when did that happen? Well, the archery range is a long way out from the school building where the chime sounded from. We need to hurry back. It's too bad there won't be a field trip or a yakiniku party, but a special training camp isn't a bad idea at all.
ちょっとそれは聞いてないわよ。
はいはい、参加は決定。今さら撤回なんてみっともないこと言わないの、遠坂。そうと決まれば、あとは生徒会に話を通すだけだね。日曜日部活が終わったら竜道のところに乗り込むか。
ほらほら、さくらも遠坂も急がないと遅刻だぞ。
はい、先輩。
Okay. That's a setup. Oh, problem resolved. As per Rin's suggestion, the subject of a camp has come up. Let's obtain permission for a training camp somewhere. Okay. Kind of like repeating the events, you know, or repeating the events that lead up to the event in the beginning of the visual novel. Oops, I didn't mean to do that actually. I meant to press this one, but I guess I skipped the day. Oh well. Oopsies. Well, nothing to do there though, so I guess I'll just keep going. That's unfortunate. But, well, I don't think it's too important. It's more like slice of life scenes, probably. Probably Shinji. I guess I'm just forced to hang out with Shinji. There's no other option. Oh no. Oh well. I guess I'll hang out with Shinji. No! Why is he in my room?
あれ、なんだ、誰もいないのか。
On the bulletin board is a note from Sakura, saying I'm going home for a while. On the fridge is a note from Ryder and Saber saying we're going shopping in Shinto. Seems like everyone else is out and I'm the only one left in the house.
まあいいか、バイトも入ってないし、おとなしく留守番でも。
Ding dong. I hear the doorbell ring from the entranceway. I walk up to the door wondering who could possibly be. And find a very unusual guest indeed. Which is funny because at least before the events of the Holy Grail War, Shinji and Shiro are supposed to be best friends, so why is it unusual? But I guess maybe it's after the events. Now he finds it unusual anyway. For a few moments, we just look at each other in silence, and then I punch him in the face. Actually, I remember there was a scene in the Heaven's Feel movie, actually. I think it was the first part, where Shinji does headbutt us in the face. You know, there's that, because in the Heaven's Feel visual novel, there was the choice to either not punch Shinji or to punch Shinji, if you remember. Obviously, I try to punch Shinji, but in the movie, actually, either way, you don't actually get to punch him, but I remember he just headbutts you. Or rather, well, he headbutts Shiro anyway. I remember that. You should get some revenge, headbutt him back or something, I don't know. Well, I'm so confused that my greeting is delayed, and he doesn't seem intent on greeting me in the first place. If this were martial arts, you could say we were waiting to see who would attack first, but he's probably not here to fight.
いや、珍しいな。さくらの様子を見に来たのか？
別に。ちょっとこの辺りに用があってね。帰りがてら寄ってやっただけだよ。
そっか。時間があるなら上がってくか。お前のことだから歩きだろ。マトウの家まで距離あるし、お茶ぐらい飲んでけよ。
お茶？まあ、そういうのもたまにはいいか。暇じゃないんだけどね。少しぐらい付き合ってやるよ。
Okay.
そうしろさくらは留守してるけど、しばらくすれば顔を出すだろうし、 それまで今で待ってようぜ。
さくらは関係ないって言っただろ。それより今ってどこだよ。お前の家変な作りの上に無駄に広いって本当だな。
あれ、もしかしてうちに上がるの初めてだっけ？
Hmm. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they were best friends, but I guess not. Well, I don't know. I mean, just because you're best friends doesn't mean you have to like come over to the house. I remember Shiro did go over to his house though. Before.
今まで来たことがないし初めてなんじゃないの？僕エミヤの家に興味なかったし。
だよな。昔はマトウの家ばっかりたまり場にしてたからな。悪いと思ってうちに誘うとなんでか嫌がったし。
当然だろ。なんだってわざわざこんな大口で集まんなきゃならないんだよ。学校からだったらうちの方が近いじゃないか。
So, well, for various reasons, Shinji has never been to the Emiya residence before. He came to pick Sakura up once, but he never went past the entrance. So yeah, the scene I just mentioned.
はい、こっちが今。
Well, he came by twice actually. One to like attempt to get Sakura, and the other attempt to kidnap her, basically.
さっきの廊下を右に曲がると道場に、左に曲がると離れの方に出る。さくらの下宿部屋は離れの方だ。
随分と離れてるんだな。
藤姉が許可するぐらいだからな。どうだ、兄貴としちゃ少しは安心できたか？
しつこいねエミヤ。さくらのことはどうでもいいって何回言わせるんだよ。
As he's saying that, Shinji keeps glancing towards the outbuilding. It seems he really was worried about how Sakura was doing and came to check on her. I don't know about that.
紅茶と緑茶どっちがいい？
I mean, I guess he's like, supposedly, I mean, it seems like anyway, he's supposed to be like mellowed out and everything. Maybe he didn't do the bad things that he did. I don't know. I call out to him from the kitchen.
何？紅茶飲むようになったのかエミヤ。
驚くことかよ。ま、住人の大半が紅茶党だからやむなくなんだけどな。で、どっちがいいんだよ。
どっちも趣味じゃないね。それよりさ、エミヤの部屋ってどこだよ。先にそっちに行こうぜ。
He's just so excited to go to Shiro's room for some reason. Shinji sounds lively for some reason, yes. I'm suspicious. Jeez, there's nothing particularly interesting about my room, though.
すぐそこだけど、シンジの部屋ほど面白くはないぞ。
そういうのは僕が判断することだろ。ほら、早く案内しろよ。せっかく来たんだ。一度ぐらいは友人の部屋ってのを観察させろよな。
Why is he so interested?
いいけどさ、後で文句言うなよ、シンジ。
ここ？へえ、屋敷の一番奥なんていい部屋じゃんか。
まあな、間取りで言えば一番いい部屋だ。
Oh, says Shinji, his face shining with anticipation. He's smiling from ear to ear. A smile that quickly reverses itself the moment I slide open the door. What were you expecting?
何これ？なんもないじゃん。
何もないってことはないだろう。机と座布団、あと隅に小さいけど本棚がある。
I put particular emphasis on the bookcase. I got it to store the paperback novels I've been borrowing from Ryder lately. It's brand new and I'm proud of it. The weird thing to be proud of.
さっきの今のがマシ。さくさ、予想通りにつまんないやつだね、エミヤは。
Having cursed me out, though still surveying the room all the same, he turns back towards the living room. Okay.
で、どっちにするんだっけ、シンジ？
コーヒー、砂糖2杯にミルク入れる。
ミルクって言っても普通の牛乳しかないぞ。
いいじゃん牛乳。クリーポより上等だよ。あ、お菓子はいらないからな。変に気を使うなよ。
それは助かる。我が家のお茶菓子事情は割と厳しいんだ。
I put on coffee for two and return to the living room. Shinji is taking a seat looking displeased.
紅茶も出ればコーヒーも出るのか。変わったよね、エミヤ。ここんとこ趣味広がったじゃん。
Yeah, Harriman's also brought in as well.
紅茶もコーヒーも昔から飲むぞ。単に日本茶びいきだっただけだ。もともとどっちも好きだったんだよ、俺は。
へえ、流動に合わせてたんじゃなかったんだ。
Then do you like alcohol too? I still only tasted it. I work at a liquor store, so they give me some once in a while, but Fujiwara-sensei comes over here every day. I'm sure you can figure out the rest on your own. Okay, it's weird. It's not voiced. That's right, you can't have booze if Fujiwara's here. He sips his coffee in disappointment. Okay, I guess it's just not voiced. I don't know, it's weird. Even though I guess that's the conversation they're having. But seems Shinji thought I'd be more entertaining if I drank.
それよりさ、お前最近弓道部に出てないんだって？さくらが残念がってたぞ。
出るわけないだろ。三つ釣りと一緒にするなよな。僕たちもう3年の秋だぜ。いつまでも部活なんてやってられるかよ。
なんでさ、さくらのフォローとかしてやればいいのに。別にさくらが部長になったことに文句はないんだろ？
ま、少しは責任持つのもいいんじゃないの？さくらのおもりは三つ釣りだけで十分だよ。それに弓道部に出ろってのは僕だけの話じゃない。僕よりお前の方が喜ばれるんじゃないのか？秋大会も近いしさ。
んなことないだろう。顔を出すぐらいならいいけど、今さら部活で弓は持てない。
By the way, I've noticed that a lot of people have like a lot of characters in the Fate Stay Night and Fate Ataraxia, I guess both of these visual novels, they tend to have this pose. I don't know, they put an arm on the hip and then put an like one arm hanging like that. Well, actually this pose in particular reminds me of Archer's pose. Like Archer tends to have this pose actually. Shinji's looking a lot like Archer for some reason. I don't know.
3年間やり通した部員の横でたまに来るやつが弓を持つのは失礼じゃんか。
相変わらず緩いなお前。うまいやつはそんなの気にしなくていいんだよ。エミヤは弓ぐらいしか取り柄がないんだから、下手な連中のやっかみなんて気にするなよな。
そりゃどうも。けどそういうならお前こそどうなんだよ。お世辞抜きでうまいだろ、シンジは。今からでも遅くはない。大会に向けて絞り込めばきっといい結果を残せるぞ。
お断りだね。弓道に執着はないよ。あんなのはもう卒業だ。僕にとっちゃ暇つぶしだったんだよ。暇つぶし。
もったいない。せっかく天性があるのに。
それが何よりの間違いだね。別にね、僕は一芸に秀でる必要なんかないんだ。そういうのは足りないやつの仕事じゃんか。
Shinji is as arrogant as ever, even though I don't know his actual skills. Because again, it always seems like Shinji's the loser. Really, he's not really good at anything. But maybe he is pretty talented at stuff. We just don't really see it in the background because because of his obsession. At least in Fate Stay Night, his obsession with like magic and everything. Like he can't do any magic. And he keeps hurting other people because of that, because of his inferiority complex. Yes, that's the word.
見苦しいよね。凡人ほど自分だけの特色なんてものを鍛えたがる。本当に足りてる人間っていうのはさ、とりわけ何をする必要もないわけさ。
ほほう。その弦でいくと、遠坂あたりはどんな扱いになるんだ？ほら、あいつは何でもできるけど、同じぐらい何でも鍛えたがるだろ？
あれは天性の貧乏症だよ。つける薬がない。
Okay.
何もしなけりゃ左打ちはなのにさ、好きで苦労してるんだから。
I don't know. This seems I don't know. Shinji just has a bad attitude, I guess, about like talent.
的を射ているような。 鋭いな、シンジ。
Is he right? I don't know about that. Considering that, you know, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should stop. If you stop, you know, learning and progressing and practicing something, well, you'll never grow, you know, and there's always going to be someone better.
当然だろ。遠坂を見てた時間は僕のが長いんだ。分析はこっちに分がある。
What does that mean? Were you stalking Tohsaka? Well, Shinji drinks his coffee with a gulp. After that somehow philosophical statement.
おかわりだよ。おいしいじゃんか。ここのコーヒー。
Come on, he says, arrogantly holding out the coffee cup. Our rambling conversation continues. We're both on our third cup of coffee. It seems Shinji has started working part-time and he gives me a report on how it's going. His senior co-workers are useless, the system they use is old-fashioned, and so on and so forth. All he does is complain. Okay. If I didn't know the situation, it would sound like nothing more than one-sided complaints, but luckily I've heard rumors about the restaurant where he works before. According to Neko-san, to make up for the presence of their unmannerly new hire, Kitamura Tea House has improved its flavor and lowered its prices, or so she says.
けど驚いたな。シンジがバイトするなんて。
Yeah, I'm surprised you even contribute to society, Shinji. According to Tohsaka, the Matos are quite rich. Old man Zoken may not look it, but he's got quite a lot of money on hand for a retiree. Well, considering he's like near immortal, probably does have like a large savings account.
ちょっとした気晴らしだよ。まあ、卒業後に自分の金が必要だしね。貯金だけじゃ心もとないんで、今のうちに稼いでおこうと思って。
え、卒業後って、シンジ家を出るのか？
別に。いざ出るときに金がないんじゃバカみたいだろ。でもまあ、8割は上京する方に傾いてるかな。
The surprises keep on coming. Shinji leaving home. That has a different meaning than when an average I can't say. Why can't I read? That has a different meaning than when an average person goes to live alone. The Mato family are a lineage of magi. Even if they've lost their magical aptitude, it's unthinkable for Shinji to up and leave home knowing that history. If he left, that would be...
シンジ、それはマトウと縁を切るってことか。
じいさんに言わせればそうなるだろうね。僕の父親には弟がいてね。そいつは家を出てどこぞに引っ越したらしいんだけど、それっきり感動扱いだし。冬木市を離れるってことはそういうことさ。
Younger brother of Shinji's dad. Well, we'll make him his uncle, I guess.
そうか。さくらには？
I wonder if that uncle is alive. I don't know. I don't know which... Anyway.
言ってあるよ。身の振り方を考えろってね。僕が家を出たら、マトウはそれまでなんだ。後を継ぐ者がいないんだから、あいつも家を出るしかないだろ。
シンジ。
なんだよ。当然の話だろ。ああ、言っとくけど、マトウ家の財産は僕んだからな。じいさんがくたばったら受け取りに帰ってくるから、さくらには無駄遣いするなって言っとけよな。
I don't think Zoken is gonna drop dead anytime soon, though. So he's just gonna keep all the money. But whether he's just trying to act tough or showing consideration to Sakura, even I can't tell, despite having known him for 5 years. But in the same tone as always, he mentions the best option for Sakura.
しかしなんだね。まさかエミヤと2度も卒業の話をするとはね。知り合った頃は、ここまで長続きするとは思ってなかったけど。
そうだな。考えてみると、俺たちあんまり趣味合わなかったし、遊びに行くより、こうして無駄話をする時のが多かった。
エミヤと遊びに行ってもつまんなかったからね。他に予定がない時だけ、エミヤに付き合ってやってたわけ。
よく言ったもんだ。 シンジの喧嘩に加勢したの10や20じゃ効かないだろ。
2 dozen different fights, okay.
放課後お前との待ち合わせ場所に行ったら上級生にあやつけられたのなんてザラだったじゃんか。
ありゃ僕だけじゃない。目をつけられてたのはエミヤのせいじゃないか。僕はどこでも目立つからしょうがないとしてもさ、ガキの頃はエミヤみたいな出しゃばりは敵を作りやすかったんだよ。
Well, now that he mentions it, maybe so. Looking back, it was 5 years ago. It was right around this time of the year that Mato Shinji and I met. Okay, is it a flashback? Are we... Is like... Well, what's the main writer? Nasu, I guess? Is Nasu trying to like endear us to Shinji? I don't know. I don't know if it'll work on me. But, no. After school, on the day before the cultural festival, a single first-year student was surrounded by third years. He was being picked on for making a sign that didn't match their design. I knew that the first year had worked for days making the sign on his own, and the third years hadn't done anything. So I couldn't help but butt in and give them a piece of my mind.
うぜえな。
それならさ、明日までにお前一人で作り直せよ。
If I did, then they forgive the first year for his mistake, they said. Tit for tat, as they say, those who go looking for a fight are sure to find it sooner or later. I let their ridiculous provocation get to me, and I got so carried away that I ended up staying awake all night to make a new sign. One of my classmates saw the whole thing. He watched me as he made fun of me for staying behind to work, but in the end he never left. Harshly, he said,
お前バカだろ。あんなの黙ってればいいのにさ。
and
いいように使われてるって分かってる？頭の足りない3年もさっきまで礼を言ってた1年もさ、とっくに帰って忘れてるっていうのにさ。
I was thinking like maybe it was Shinji that made the sign, but it was like I guess some random person. It was rather that Shinji somehow was a spectator and saw him doing this. He kept bothering me like that the entire time. And finally, in the early hours of the morning, when he saw the sign had finished according to the third year's design, he spoke.
お前バカだけど、いい仕事するじゃん。
And he gave me a friendly smile, just as proud as if he made the sign himself. Okay, he didn't help though. That was the beginning of my relationship with Mato Shinji. From then on, though I hate to admit it, we became somehow inseparable. Our relationship continued to remain friends after entering high school, but after I joined the archery club, we gradually grew apart. The thorn at the root of our estrangement was pulled out half a year ago. By then, we could no longer be the way we were 5 years ago, but we've been burying the hatchet, enough that we can at least talk like this. The clock strikes 3. Shinji finishes his third cup of coffee and stands up.
もうこんな時間か。待ち合わせがあるんで帰る。あと、今日寄ったのはついでだからな。変な勘違いするなよな。
はいよ。けどいいのか？もう少ししたらさくらもやってくるのに。
I mean, that's probably a bad idea. I don't know. I don't know.
いいんだよ。騒がしいのは好きじゃない。
Like Shinji and Sakura meeting each other. I don't know how it is in this timeline, but they don't have the best relationship. In fact, it was abusive, actually.
ここの連中が集まってるのなんて、想像しただけで気持ち悪い。
I see off the visitor I've known for 5 years.
そうそう。パソコンとまでは言わないけどさ、テレビの一つぐらいは部屋に置いておくんだね。魔術師だからって時代遅れも甚だしいぜ。
Shinji leaves me with one of his usual insults. But, though I'm grateful for his advice, I'm pretty sure I have a computer or two in the storehouse. Probably an old computer though, I don't know, not like a modern computer. Well, I wonder if I should have told Shinji about a relatively high-tech household to correct his misunderstanding. Yeah, we do have that fancy bidet. Should have shown him that. I don't know. Oh, alright. We had a weird scene with Shinji. I guess, again, they're trying to show that Shinji is not a bad person necessarily. I still think he is. I don't care what the writer says. I cannot forgive Shinji for the way he is. So, oh well. Holiday. I hope he dies. I wish Shinji died instead of Kirei even though Kirei might have been worse overall in terms of like, villainly. How you say villainry? He's like really evil. Like he's done much worse things, Mr. like fake priest, but I like Kirei better. I don't know. I like Kirei better than Shinji. That's just how much I don't like Shinji's personality, but I guess he wasn't too bad in that scene though, but with a paperback book in one hand, I head towards Ryder's room. Okay, I'm gonna do a scene with Ryder. I finished reading the one she lent me, so I came to return it and borrow another.
Ryder, 入るぞ.
Are we gonna see her naked again? No, well, a different scene. It's Rin and Ryder now. What are they doing? Just what is this? Tohsaka is studying Ryder's hair from extremely close up. While Ryder stands by looking slightly bewildered. Why such a secret flower garden-esque atmosphere filling this room? Yuri? Weird? Yuri? I don't know. Involving hair? I don't know.
いや、俺は本を返しに来ただけなんだが。君たちは何してんの?
Emotions still being processed, my voice comes out like a robot's.
何って見てわからない？ライダーの髪綺麗でしょ？だからついね。
Gave in to what exactly? Just what are they really up to here?
シロ、本を返しに来たのですね。そのあたりに置いておいてください。後で私が片付けますので。
ああ。で、ライダー、なんだ、遠坂に弱みでも握られたのか?
I'm not entirely sure if there's a barely perceptible mistake in the delicate scene painted before me, or whether it's simply intended to play on the viewer's nerves. Now that I look at her more closely, however, it seems Ryder's not enjoying it that much either.
別にそう目を白黒させることではないかと。リンが私の髪を見たいというので、こうして髪をすいてもらっているだけですから。
そうだったんだ。羨ま。いや、珍しいこともあるんだな。ライダーが人に髪を触らせるなんて。
Is it? I mean, I'm just thinking like in a hair salon, maybe. I mean, that's not weird if that's the case. And also, her hair is pretty long, so having another person comb it for you, I imagine, is not too weird. Because yeah, having that hair that long is there's quite a lot of maintenance you need to do actually. I imagine. Well, for one, it's purple. It could be related to magic. It's said that women have a strong magical power residing in their hair, so this could be related to some kind of new magic she picked up while in London. Hair magic. Okay. As she speaks, Tohsaka gathers one section of Ryder's hair in her hands, and then another. Her eyes, as she stares at it, are full of serious concentration. All joking aside, right now she's the same Tohsaka Rin that appears when there's a precious gem around to be studied. Oh, that is a mystery. Again, the hair that long and yet there's not a single split end? That's amazing. Probably magic. Seriously, what are these two doing?
だってライダーってこんなに髪が長いのに朝から晩まで綺麗じゃない？女として気にならない方が変よ。
Well, it's like, it's anime magic. Like a lot of characters in anime have like really long hair and everything. It's supposed to be like, oh, they're beautiful and whatever, as if it's natural. But having hair that long, at least that's what I've read anyway, it's like, it's really hard to maintain, actually. It gets like really dirty really easily and greasy, and you gotta like clean it every day. Make sure it doesn't get all like,
この長さで枝毛が全くないのは何かの冗談かと。
To make sure it doesn't get all like, you know, messy.
やはり髪は女性の永遠の課題なのでしょうね。
Kami. Did you say Kami? I believe, unless I'm wrong, but Kami, at least the pronunciation can also mean paper, and it can also mean God. Oh, funny little thing. Maybe, unless I'm getting that wrong, I'm not sure. I think Kami, right? She said Kami to mean hair. Anyway, a tranquil smile surfaces over Ryder's calm face. Split ends, huh? It's not something I've experienced myself, but they seem to be a serious issue as far as girls are concerned. Well, anyone with long hair. They do say that damaged hair will result in split ends, and girls with long hair must worry about this a lot.
では、次は私がリンの枝毛を探しましょうか。
それには及ばないわよ。
Tohsaka visibly falters at Ryder's proposal.
リンも様々な手入れでこの黒髪を養っているのでしょう。私から見ても絹のようで羨ましいです。
そう言われると照れるわね。
Okay. Weird hair Yuri scene? Ryder catches the ends of Tohsaka's hair between her fingers. Why is the romance music playing? The secret flower garden-o-meter just went off the scale. I wouldn't be so foolish as to say so out loud, but this kind of situation could really lead to one to imagine certain things.
あら、見てライダー。そこの誰かさんポカーンとしてるわよ。
Whoops, almost let myself get caught there. Trembling, I turn my gaze away and look out somewhere else as I distance myself from them.
シローは枝毛はなさそうですね。
あるかもしれないけど、気にしたことはないし。
残念です。もう少し長ければ。次はシローの番だったのです。
What's with this like euphemism with hair and split ends? Anyway, Ryder's tranquil smile has been replaced by a smug grin. Smug. I know I'm a little late in realizing this, but these ladies are the same two who are neck and neck in the house for the title of most ill-tempered.
違う話をしよう。いや、同じでもいいから違う人の話にしよう。
I enter a defensive stance. The way this conversation's going, I'll end up as a toy for the two of them before long.
違う人物ですか？そうですね。そのあたり気になるかもしれない男がいました。
Someone with long hair, maybe? The first person that comes to mind would be Sasaki Kojiro, you know, the assassin, maybe?
誰？男の知り合いで長髪はいなかったはずだけど。
アサシンの佐々木小次郎です。
Yep.
ああ。
Right, now that you mentioned it, even as a guy, I can't help but notice how nice his long hair looks.
待った。あいつ暇なんだし、日がな一日枝毛の手入れをしていておかしくないわよ。
Is that what he does all day?
しかしリン、彼とてサーバント、思うに枝毛はないと。
Yeah, it must be nice to be a servant, you know? Your hair is always perfect. You can eat all you want and never gain weight, you know? It's like, it's great, except for the fact that, obviously, I guess if your master dies, then you die as well, and also you're meant to be sacrificed to the Holy Grail, but otherwise, you know, it's great. Very convenient.
それは屈辱。そなたは枝毛で悩むのか？ははは、実に良い。己の容姿に悩むうちは花の乙女よ。乙女であるうちはまだまだ美しさを増そう。なんて笑われた日にはショックで寝込みかねないわ。
I like her laugh, her imitation laugh.
いかにも言いそうですね。あれは短美な男ですから。
Now, wood is the wrong word here. Her example is so fitting that I'm sure she's already had those very words said to her. But it really is hard to resist the temptation to ask. Not just about the split ends, that warrior's howdy he's always wearing must also require a bit of looking after. Then again, maybe not. No doubt that would end me getting slashed in half.
男の枝毛のことなんか考えるのはやめにしましょう。心の税金だわ。
リンもサクラも髪では苦労しているのですね。
ま、私は私で負けないようにうまくやるわ。ライダーはサクラをいろいろ手伝ってあげてよね。あの子、磨けばもっと光るんだから。
The potential to really shine. Well, I mean, maybe not shine, but like she has the potential to turn really evil and destroy the world. That's what I think anyway. When I think potential in Sakura. I can't tell if this is a consideration for her younger sister or a rival's encouragement.
はい。リンには胸を借りるつもりで挑戦させていただきます。
胸ならサクラに借りたいくらいよ。何そこ、笑ってる場合じゃない。
Haha, anime boobs.
何もしてないぞ、俺は。
It's always a trope, isn't it? You know? Anime girls comparing the bust sizes. I don't know. Schoolyard, sure. Dr. Ryder. Afternoon at the schoolyard. Maybe it's just the timing, but I see no sign of club activities. As I look over the deserted grounds, I catch a glimpse of someone in the distance.
いや、あれは。
I assume it's Ryder, but, well, I follow the figure to here.
やっぱりだ。
Yapparida. My eyes weren't playing tricks on me after all. Yep, that's Ryder.
おい、ライダー。
ああ、シローですか。
I call out to her as I step on the dry grass. With the rustling sound of my footsteps, she would notice me approaching, even if I didn't call out. Oh ho, you're approaching me.
ライダーが休日の学校に来るなんて珍しいな。
I can't touch your hair without approaching, without getting closer. Then approach all you like. No.
さくらに何か用事か？
Usually when Ryder comes to school, it's somehow related to Sakura. Are you like giving a bento or something again? Probably not. There's no point in Ryder being here otherwise.
はい。しかしサクラへの用事はもう終わりました。この辺りでブラブラと帰りを待っているだけです。
こんな寂しい場所で？もっと表の方が気が晴れないか？
車上や人目のあるところを徘徊してはサクラに迷惑がかかります。
I see, so that's why. But still, keeping her waiting out here just isn't right. It would be great if Ryder could come to the archery dojo too. What's a good excuse to let an outsider stay at the dojo? Well, I mean, I remember there was that one scene where Shirou where he brought Saber into the dojo anyway, and she was like an outsider, so...
あ、そうだ。ライダーもやってみるか、ユミ。
私がですか？飛び道具は得意ではないのですが。
Yeah, she's more about, you know, chain whip dagger things. Because of her rider class, I guess. But since one heroic spirit may fall into many different classes, there are ones that possess multiple abilities as well. I look her over from head to toe. Given that she already has strength and experience with martial arts, I see no problem with her having her start archery training.
筋は良さそうだし、さくらも教えることが多くて喜ぶと思うぞ。そうすれば弓道場にいてもおかしくないし。
Ryder has been teaching Sakura magic lately, but I'm sure it'll be nice to have the roles reversed once in a while. It'll be a good incentive for Sakura too. Interesting that Sakura's learning magic.
それでは、シローが教えてくれますか?
Because I always thought that Sakura could only use like Mato style magic, right? The ones that use the worms and everything. But I guess maybe she's learning new magic. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. But I guess I guess she has magic circuits. It's just that He needs to learn new abilities somehow.
さくらの死がシロウなのでしょう。諸芸の習得は上々の死につくことが上達の秘訣です。
いや、それはちょっと困る。
Giving private lessons to Ryder does sound attractive, and exactly because it is attractive, it would become problematic.
ほら、弓道部の部長はさくらで、結構教えるのうまいんだよ。俺は射こそできるけど、指導は下手で。
そうでしょうか。確かにシロウは言葉が足りない。しかしさくらがあれだけ素晴らしい料理の腕を身につけられたのはあなたのおかげでしょう。
そう言ってくれるのはありがたいけど、ほら、さくらもライダーが弓を習い始めれば喜ぶだろうし、それに俺が横入りするのは良くない。
そうですか。では今度さくらと相談してみます。
Oh, whoops. Yeah, a box under my desk anyway.
さくらには料理をするように言われているのですが、確かに私には弓の方が合っている。
あ、いや、料理も並行して習った方が。
いえ、2つのことを同時に進められるほど私は器用ではありませんので、さくらにはシロウが料理より弓を習えと言ってくれたと報告します。
I may have just stirred up a hornet's nest. Oh well, I have to think of a way to follow up on this later.
あと、ライダーが穂村原にいてもおかしくないと言ったら、転入生になってみるとか。
Ah yes, the transfer student trope. You know, I mean, might as well all the servants just, you know, transfer to the high school and have antics to school. They'll turn to a high school anime.
いいえ、それは無理があるかと。セイバーならまだしも、私には到底あの服は似合いません。
It would sure be interesting to try, though. No, wait a moment. That's not the only type of uniform we have at Homonohara.
そうだ、ライダー。養護教諭になるんだ。
Just be the school nurse, that's fine, right?
はい。
保健室の先生。ライダーに白衣似合うぞ。
So what would happen if Ryder did become a nurse? There'd be a long queue at the infirmary for one thing. A school nurse as beautiful as that would make all the male students quite excited, no doubt. Ryder in her tight-fitting bodysuit with a white robe on top, sitting with her legs crossed. Ah yes, I'm familiar with the, you know, the sexy nurse trope. They always like cross their legs with a short skirt. Yep, that's perfection. Okay.
シロ、残念ながら私にはその資格がありません。
No, Ryder is not going to appease his nurse fetish, but I guess Shiro, I guess on top of a maid uniform fetish, Shiro also has a nurse uniform fetish. We keep learning new things.
ものを教えるからでもない。根本的に合っていないかと。
Says Ryder, throwing a cold sidelong glance. That's it, the embodiment of perfection itself. With the innate disposition of a nurse, the title of a king, no, a queen of joy wouldn't be too far-fetched.
いかんいかん。そういうことじゃなくて。
Stop being in dreamland, Shiro.
ライダー、フシネーだって英語の教職資格を持ってるんだ。ライダーが保健教諭の方がよっぽど説得力があると思うぞ。
Really? Is it that easy to be an English teacher? I don't know about that. I feel like that's an insult to all English teachers everywhere. But I guess, well, it's Japanese, you know, it's Japan, like English teacher, so it's a little bit different. Because English is a second language, so I imagine it'll still be as hard. Especially because you're like teaching a second language, right? I don't know. But they won't let you pass on just looks alone, sadly. Ryder at the school's infirmary, as good of an idea that was.
やっぱり難しいか。
そうですね。さくらのことは気にかかるのですが、四六時中共にいればお互い気兼ねもあるでしょう。学校では魔術の世界から離れ、のびのびと気軽に過ごした方がいい。
Dry grass rustling beneath her footsteps, Ryder starts walking. There's no point in continuing this conversation in these woods.
では少し散歩してきます。 シローの言っていた保健室も気になりますので。
ああ、休日だから誰もいないと思うけど、興味を持ってくれたら嬉しいな。
一行しておきましょう。それでは後ほど門のところで待っていますので、さくらと3人で帰りましょう。
And with that, Ryder leaves me behind. As for me, I could either go to the student council room or just stick around and kill some time. Doesn't matter, I guess. Oh no, we're gonna keep going, actually. I promised Ryder that the two of us and Sakura will go home together, didn't I?
さて、
Oh, I skipped, I guess.
もう先に待ってるかな。
Skip to this part. However, the only one waiting at the gate is Ryder.
あれ、ライダー、さくらは？
She's dead, oh no.
さくらから伝言があります。
Well, that can mean only one thing.
弓道部で次の大会のための雑務があるそうです。申し訳ありませんが、シローには先にお帰りくださいと。
そっか。さくらも部長のお仕事大変だな。
伝言に続きがあるのですが、よろしいですか？
There's more. She probably wanted to tell me to buy milk and eggs on the way home or that we're running out of tofu. As I urge Ryder to go on, she continues in a half-hearted tone.
遅くなるので、私と一緒に先に帰ってくださいと。
それいいのか？
It's Sakura who Ryder should be going home with, not me. Seems she understands that too, as she says her next word through gritted teeth.
私も待ちますと言ったのですが、さくらは聞き入れませんでした。終わるのが何時になるかわからないし、ライダーが連れて行ってくれないと先輩も無用に待たせてしまうからということです。ですので、諦めて速やかに私と帰宅してください。
Okay.
さくらの気を揉ませるのは私の望むところではありません。
It just seems like she's so reluctant to do this, but...
わかった。一緒に帰るか。後でさくらを迎えに来るかな。
夜道の護衛は私にお任せください、シロー。
Come to think of it, this has never happened before. I've walked down this sloping road with Sakura, Tohsaka, and Issei, but never with Ryder. But we're going home together today. Of course, it would feel like a new experience. Also, it's great that today is a holiday. If this were a regular school day, I'd have to face the curiosity and criticism of my classmates after being seen walking home with such a beauty.
私と同伴では困りますか、シロー。
いや、こういうの初めてだから、ちょっと戸惑ってるだけ。
では、さくらを残してきたことが気になるのですか、シロー。
そうだな。俺にも何か手伝えたらいいとは思ってるかな。でも、さくらは弓道部の部長なんだから、俺がちょっかい出しすぎるのも良くない。
It's been a while since I withdrew from the club. To the first years, even though I'm an acquaintance of Sakura's, I'm just an outsider. I'm a nobody compared to the former captain, Mitsuzuri, which reminds me of something, and I turn to Ryder walking next to me.
ライダーは弓道部のみんなに何て紹介されてるんだ？
あ、さくらの家にお世話になってるものだと。
海外の親類だとか？
イリアスフィールとセイバーの洗礼がありますから、私がいてもそれ以上は詮索しないようです。
Yeah, they also have the same excuses, I guess. Everybody just gave up and just accepted it. I guess they wouldn't. If you think about it, it would seem like the archery club at Homurahara has had a lot of unrelated foreign guests going in and out lately. Ilya made quite an impact when she first showed up there. No wonder, for a silver-haired little girl who looks like a heroine from a picture book or a movie.
問題といえば、三辻綾子と居合わせると、向こうが居づらそうにするということでしょうか。まったく、蛇に睨まれたカエルではあるまいし、一度綾子には教育しなくてはいけませんね。
それ三つ釣りが悪いんじゃ。
In fact, Ryder herself is the main cause there. The memory of being attacked, then having her blood sucked out remains in her mind, but who did it is still not known. Well, I mentioned it before, yes. That's probably why Mizuri is so cautious around Ryder. So, there's no doubt that Ryder was the attacker.
ヘビに睨まれたカエルってそのまんまじゃないか。
シローも失礼ですね。気に入ったものを人飲みにするなど、そんな野暮はいたしません。また、綾子はカエルではなくネズミ。いえ、可愛い小狐というところでしょうか。
カエルって自分で言ったくせに。
言葉のあやです。ともかく、彼女とは過去に不幸な経緯はありますが、いずれ和解したいと思います。その時はよろしく、シロ。
わかった。俺にできる範囲で一緒に場を取り持つよ。
Well, we slowly make our way down the hill road, chatting idly all the while. Going back quietly like this isn't bad at all.
ライダーも。
どうかしました？シロ？
なんでもない。
When she turns back to me with that smile on her face, I go silent. I'd have no problem getting a conversation going with anyone else, but there's still a definite sense of formality between the two of us. Still, we did get to talk quite a lot today. Her presence used to make me recall some rather frightening past incidents, but I'm starting to trust Ryder a lot more lately. She's like an older sister, in a different sense than Fujine. The contrast between trustworthiness and aura of danger gives her a certain charm. An aura of danger, you say? She can be quite frightening and difficult to approach at times, yet also has a sense of familiarity at others. Without saying a word, I simply gaze at the ribbon swaying in Ryder's hair, until we arrive home.
これで指名通り、シローを家まで送り届けました。
お疲れ様。さ、上がってさくらが帰る前に晩飯を仕込みますか。ライダーはどうする？お茶でも飲むか？
いいえ、すぐに折り返してさくらを迎えに行きます。それではシロ、行ってまいります。
Ryder's gallant loyalty to Sakura remains unwavering. It gets dark out so quickly in autumn, and it's reassuring to know that Sakura will have Ryder see her home.
そっか。なら今日の晩飯は俺が作ると言っておいてくれ。
了解しました。それでは。
おかえりなさい、シロ。ライダーはまた外出ですか？
Hey, Saber.
あなたの主はお返しします。私は我が主を守りに。では失礼。
Okay. Alright. And call it a day once again on the 4th day, the final day until we basically die. And then, let's see.